Currently on the channel, I've been recommending mostly LGA1700 motherboards because they can be had for really cheap on Aliexpress, but also because they are pretty much immune to the current RAM shortage, and also because you have those CPUs on Aliexpress, those strange mystery engineering samples from over there. We have not only the i9, but now also the i7, which is insanely good value for money. And this is basically the best socket you can buy at the moment. However, there are a lot to choose from, and the price difference is very small. We have the cheapest coming in at around the high 60s in terms of dollars or euros, depending on your currency. And we have the more expensive one going at around the 100 bucks. What I have here today, the Jginyue B760M-K Wi-Fi, fully in white, may be the absolute best value one, where you're spending the extra 10 bucks. But if you're fine with a micro ATX motherboard, you really have the best out of them all. So let's take a look. Now, welcome back at Automotive PSUs, and first of all, let's start with a bit of physical features of this motherboard. So it doesn't have an internal USB-C connect, but it has USB 3.0, USB 2.0 regularly, audio, a decent amount of SATA ports, 2 NVMe slots, 2 RAM slots, which is very good instead of 4 because that allows for a better overclocking. And that's also part of why this motherboard is so good in intercompatibility with RAM. Now, it is of course a DDR4 motherboard. It utilizes the fact that DDR4 is cheaper to actually position itself as a budget option. We have 2 RGB connectors stripping and also a lot of fan headers, more than I was expecting, honestly, 4 in total. An 8-pin power connector and a decent heatsink for the VRMs. There's a decent amount of USB ports on the back, as well as an HDMI, which actually works with integrated graphics. We have, of course, the LAN, and internally we have 2 NVMe slots, one of which with a pretty good heatsink on it. We also have some debug LEDs on the bottom right corner. It's missing the CMOS battery, so you have to buy your own, but it actually has a pretty interesting feature, which I know I shouldn't talk about, because if I do talk about it too much, it's gonna get removed. But so far it seemed like all those motherboards have a Windows license pre-activated to them, so you don't have to buy Windows if you buy one of those. Let's move on, let's talk about the BIOS. Now, the BIOS itself is the usual one from Jginyue. I review a lot of those on the channel, so just check out my other videos, but it's very good. I actually based the whole overclocking and undervolting tutorial for the i9-100HX, which you'll find here, on a similar BIOS, and all the settings are the same. It's very intuitive and it works fine, and it's also in English, because in the very early versions from 1.5 years, 2 years back, it was still in Chinese and you had to switch it over by yourself. Now, build quality is very good. So far, I haven't had a single defective product, but also on Aliexpress, this motherboard, you can actually send it back if it has any problems. Now, as usual, when it comes to Aliexpress finds, I always say buy when there are coupons. Don't buy at full price. There's no point. This motherboard you should buy for 85 euros, okay? So about $90, depending on current coupons. Don't buy it for anything more than that, but at that price, with a very good Wi-Fi, very good Bluetooth, some decent RGB. The software to control the RGB is probably the worst looking one I've ever seen, but it actually works fine. This motherboard basically is perfect, meaning it does anything you may want. You can run any 12, 13, 14 gen Intel CPUs on it, any LGA1700 CPU, even the engineering samples, no problem in it. You can fully unlock the power limit on those without overheating the VRMs, because the VRMs are decent and actually properly cooled. It looks cool because it's white, it comes with the included antenna, and it has a superb RAM compatibility, which means even in tough times like currently with RAM, you could also run SODIMM adapter to actual DDR4, and it's gonna work perfectly fine over here. And even if you buy the cheapest, worst RAM you can find, it's still gonna work fine here, and you're also gonna be able to overclock it to actually get some decent performance because of the 2 DIMM and the way the BIOS is designed. Some very good programmers actually are behind the BIOS here. I think they should be hired by some of the mainstream brands. Don't want to throw too much shade, but it's my opinion. So with that said, if you're in the market for a B760, and if you don't mind spending the extra 10 bucks over a very entry-level model, I think this is a great pick. But I also recommend you guys check out my other videos reviewing other B760s on the channel, and also check out my videos about the engineering sample CPUs if you haven't seen them yet. And if you're in need of actually buying some DDR4 RAM, check out my video where I show you some good old tricks from my PC flipping days on how to get some cheap RAM. And if you watched the video this far, drop a like and subscribe. I hope the motherboard doesn't go up in price too much after my recommendation. This video was published first to channel members, so if you want to see my recommendations first, you can now become a member. And with that said, see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.